Alright, I need to play a song a little more appropriate for tonight's stream since we will be building a macro pad that is built off of a framework for a security penetration testing device. So, little hacker music before we get started. Alright, what's good, guys? Can you hear me okay over the music? Sorry, I just brushed my teeth and I hate the taste of toothpaste. Alright, let me get this page back up. Where did I put it? Man, I code these flows so crews can abuse it. Oh man, I must have like knocked my green screen out of whack a minute ago. Alright guys. What's good everybody? Project builds. Tell me about this portal. What are you putting on it? How many portals have you built now? This is this is getting out of hand, man. You're gonna have to just start sending me some of these boards. DuckyPad. Yes, a DuckyPad. Have you heard of it? Do you know what a DuckyPad is? Cool. You don't know, you're here, you're about to find out. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like Mod Santa Claus snuck in when I was sleeping or something. Maybe it was the Mod Fairy, like the Mod Tooth Fairy. How's it going, bro? So, DuckyPad. First, we're going to talk about the Rubber Ducky. If you know much about information security, cybersecurity, infosec, whatever you want to call it, you've probably heard of the Rubber Ducky. If you've watched Mr. Robot, you've definitely heard of the Rubber Ducky. It was in at least one or two episodes. The Santa Fairy, yeah, I like that. The Santa Fairy. So, the Rubber Ducky. Hey, what's going on, Rumi? How are you tonight? So, the Ducky Pad is a macro pad. This was gifted to me. Actually, Dow Gazoo sent me this in the last order of switches. He bought it for me back around Christmas. He sent a few out to some friends, and I was lucky enough to receive one, which I probably would have bought one on my own regardless, as outside of keyboards and stuff, I've always been a huge fan of information security, cybersecurity, and that's always been kind of my passion even before I got into keyboards. And if you guys want to see some cool DEF CON badges and stuff, I can pull some of those out later. We could talk about hacker conferences. I've spoken at a couple of them. So, you know, I want to start trying to integrate a little more information security stuff into my stream. I probably won't do it on keyboard nights, but it's a keyboard night. This is a keyboard or macro pad based off of the Rubber Ducky. So Hack5 is the company that produced Rubber Ducky. If you've been in cybersecurity at all, you've probably heard of Hack5. They're the ones that created the Wi-Fi pineapple, the LAN turtle, all kinds of different penetration testing, cybersecurity tools that can definitely be used maliciously. I would not recommend that. These are meant mainly for security professionals that want to actually do legit testing of businesses and find problems and you know find a solution rather than the hackers finding the problem first. So the USB Rubber Ducky, it's also known as a bad USB. It's basically a USB drive. It looks like this one you see here. It's got the little duck logo on it, which you can take that off, put a sticker on there with whatever you want. Looks like a normal USB drive, right? But when you plug that USB drive in, it'll show up as though it is a USB drive, but it actually interacts with the computer as a keyboard, and it injects keystrokes. So say you've got 100 lines of a script. So basically anything that you can type on the keyboard can be done with a Rubber Ducky through what's known as Ducky scripts. There's a repo online of Ducky scripts. You can go and find all kinds of them. You don't even necessarily have to write your own. So when they plug it in, it'll act as a keyboard, run that script. So like say you want to hit Windows R to bring up the Windows thing, and then run the malicious, or excuse me, the malware removal tool. It'll just type MRT in, it'll open that tool, and it'll run it automatically. Will this flag any antivirus? No, because the computer thinks it's a keyboard. So no, no, unless you've got some kind of sophisticated antivirus that detects keyboard strokes, keystrokes. But Hack5, if we've talked on Discord or you've seen me on Discord, the bandana that I'm wearing is a Hack5 bandana that I got at DEF CON 25. And I actually bought like 25 of them. I got a bunch of them around here. So yeah, so basically it's a pre-done script, and I'll show you a little more about it. Oh, here's a video that Hack5 has.
The USB Rubber Ducky is a keystroke injection tool with a simple scripting language. That means computers see it as an ordinary keyboard, but hidden inside is a little robot that types your payloads at superhuman speeds. You can easily generate payloads to inject binaries into the command line, pop reverse shells, silently exfiltrate data, brute force pin codes. I mean, the possibilities are endless. The USB Rubber Ducky turns seconds of physical access into full penetration. Computers inherently trust keyboards. Computers trust the USB Rubber Ducky.
So yeah, so that's a quick little what it is. Let me catch up on chat. Roomy. Okay. Yeah, so if you saw Mr. Robot, there's an episode where they use a rubber ducky, and if you know anything about Mr. Robot, after the first episode, they hired a bunch of actual security professionals, and things went pretty legit. So like pretty much everything you see in Mr. Robot is legit. Like I can verify it. I know people that helped with the show. But recommend what? Oh, definitely. I still need to watch the last season. They tried to charge for it on Amazon, and I just haven't gone back to check. It starts out, it's really good. Then it gets a little weird. Then they kind of not weird in a bad way, but then they kind of go over to, let me turn the music back on. Then they kind of go over to making it sort of like a pseudo anonymous. If you remember Anonymous, you know, we are Legion, we do not forgive, we do not forget, blah blah blah. Everybody, if you've been on the internet at all in the past 20 years, you know what Anonymous is. So this is the DuckyPad here, $70. It's being sold on Tindy. It was originally a Kickstarter. If you haven't heard of Tindy, Tindy's awesome. Like, for real, check out Tindy. Makers and crafting stuff. You can find all kinds of cool projects here. If you're not comfortable with soldering, you can find soldering beginner soldering kits. You can find Arduino stuff. I mean, so like these here are similar to like a DEF CON badge. I actually made a bunch of these and gave out Valentine's Day years ago. All kinds of cool shit on here you can find. Hey, what's going on? Keeb Weeb? F Society, yes! I wish I knew where my F Society mask was. I bought one for Halloween years ago. But yeah, if you haven't heard of Tindy, definitely check it out. I spent like forever trying to find my Tindy shirt today, and I couldn't find it. If you know much about hacker conferences, here, let me go grab something real quick. So if you know much about hacker conferences, there's a whole sub-niche and community at hacker conferences of electrical engineers and electrical engineer hobbyists, basically KiCad people that create badges like this. Like this is the car hacking badge from... I keep changing everything around here and I can't remember which. So this is the car hacking badge from DEF CON 25, somewhere around here. There's a cable here. You can plug this into a car. You can turn this on and use it to hack cars. This is just a Raspberry Pi. This, which badge was this? That is not a badge. That is part of an Odroid server build. That is an Odroid. So like here is like what's called a shitty add-on at DEF CON 26. I am not anymore. It's always just kind of been a passion. I go to cyber security conferences. I used to before I moved away. So this is like a shitty add-on that I haven't built, which a shitty add-on was starting in DEF CON 26. They added pins to different badges, and then you can use these shitty add-ons and add them to different badges. And if I can find my DEF CON 26 badge, I can show you how that works. But I'm just a big fan of badge life at hacker conferences, and I've got some relatively rare badges in here. I might even have a couple of the ones that I made. I kind of sold a bunch of my badges to get to DEF CON 26, so I don't have some of my more valuable stuff anymore. But this right here is probably my favorite badge. This is the Mr. Robot badge from the first DEF CON. I wish I had batteries on me. Basically, like, you can play games on it and shit. I have one from DEF CON 26 somewhere. I don't know where it is, but this was probably the most sought after badge. Either this or this one here, the QueerCon badge from DEF CON 25. This badge has these connectors, so you could go up and connect to other people's badges, and there was like a game that was played at DEF CON where everybody with the badges could go around. These badges, a lot of them have like Wi-Fi. They have capabilities of like hacking shit. There's actual ones that I've got in here. Some dead bugs in here, you know, gotta save your dead bugs. This one was from the DEF CON Darknet badge. A lot of these are sold as kits, so this one here, it's got like a cipher and everything on it, so there's shit that you can learn here. A lot of these DEF CON badges too are available on Tendy nowadays, so if you missed it. This one here was the Hacker Warehouse one. This one has a lot of functionality. You had to go and add firmware later. Looks like that LED screen got cracked, but that's replaceable. This one right here has Wi-Fi and can hack routers and shit if you program it all. Actually was working with Hacker Warehouse for a little while, writing tutorials for beginners, but then that never happened. This one was the Florida Man one. Jonathan Singer, a friend of mine, created this one. You had to have this to get into a party at DEF CON. Once the party started, I actually didn't make it to the party because I was at another party that I was invited to. But once people got to the party, all the badges began to work together to do cool shit and interact with the music, stuff like that. This was a shitty add-on. I don't know where my DEF CON 26 badge is. Got all kinds of fucking CMOS shit in here. I've got like more boxes of badges that are at my grandma's house where like half of my shit is. This is the cord for connecting the car hacking village badge. But let me kind of get these back in here and out of the way for right now. These are just a few of my favorite ones that I happened to bring with me when I moved. So once I get to my new place next month, I plan on displaying them probably in the background of the streams and stuff like that. Sorry, I just knocked off my little mouse wrist rest. I don't even know if I have any more of the shitty add-ons that I created. I've got a couple Wi-Fi pineapples, and actually, what did I do with that bag? Hang on. So this bag right here is actually from Hack 5. Got the Wi-Fi pineapple stuff on there. And I used to have this set up to carry battery packs, 2 Wi-Fi pineapples, and pretty much everywhere I went, I just got all kinds of stupid, ridiculous data. But, so, removal for flight, trust your techno lust. Yeah, cybersecurity is definitely something I love. I worked in several kitchens where I would run evil access points just to see what kind of information I would get. I would, of course, never, use it for malicious purposes, but you can set up a Wi-Fi pineapple relatively easy, and you can pretty much indemnify yourself from any problems. You can, make a login screen that says, hey, everything that's on here is being monitored and recorded. Do you agree to this? If they agree to it, then bam, you just strip the SSL certificates from it, and everything comes across in clear text. Don't do it for malicious purposes. It can get you in trouble. A lot of hackers that you hear about in the media are people that started with good intent, and then they just kind of accidentally crossed over into the dark side, I guess you could say. But as far as cybersecurity, use your best judgment. If you think it's illegal, it probably is. Don't do it. Most hackers just get into hacking because of their curiosity. You'll find most people that hack have a similar mindset. They want to tinker, know how things work, that kind of stuff. But this is a guide that I got back when I bought a bunch of stuff. Basically just explains how to use Rubber Ducky. We're not going to go over that. I just happened to use it for the video I made earlier for this unboxing. But so I thought this was going to be something I needed to build, but then as I was unboxing it, I found out that pretty much everything is done. So we're just gonna throw some switches in this thing, download the software, see what we can do with it, and then at some point we're gonna discuss the state of clones in the hobby. Like, I've come up with some ideas. They're not guaranteed solutions, but things that maybe we as people in the hobby and consumers can do in an attempt to stifle the, what's the word I'm looking for, to stifle these cloners and bad actors and just bad vendors in the community. So if you want to stick around, if you want to be part of the discussion, I'm thinking about just opening it up on my Discord. Anybody that wants to hop in and shoot the shit and talk and give their opinion. I mean, if you're in support of clones, by all means, I want to hear your side of the story as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop on voice. So if anybody feels like hopping in and saying what's up on stream, feel free to. So yeah, so this is Hot Swap. It's got Kale Hot Swap sockets on it already. Everything comes pre-populated. I was surprised because it's marketed as a DIY kit, so I thought I was gonna have to solder everything, but everything's already on there. OLED. It's got your micro SD card reader. It's got a micro SD card. I'm a little nervous to use just a random micro SD card from a security guy, but I feel like if it was bad, it would have came out by now. People would have complained, so it's probably safe to use. Dow did send me the acrylic version, so it's just white acrylic. It is very thin, a lot thinner than I'm used to seeing with stuff. I mean, the plate, you know, it's a normal size, but usually the back plates are a little thicker. But I guess if it's FR4, it's going to be this thickness. So let's peel this off. Let's slap this thing together. Let's see. Hate peeling the plastic, but what I did do for anybody that is regularly peeling acrylic, here's a little. You wish to call it that. Here's something I was taught by somebody. Get you a piece of dowel rod, get it cut. I went to Best Buy. I think I paid like, not Best Buy. I went to Lowe's. I think I paid like $4 and they cut it there for me. What you do is once you get the corner going on your acrylic paper backing, I just clipped my nails the other day. Okay, so what you'll do is just pretend it's something bigger, but you'll take the paper, and if you kind of wrap it around one time, then you can just roll the thing right off usually. So that makes removing acrylic paper a lot easier. And if you just leave the paper on there, it will help it stick for the next one sometimes. Sometimes it gets to where it starts sliding. But interesting little hack that I learned from, forgive me, whoever it was that told me. It was during a stream of Alex Soto's where someone was like, hey, get dowel rod, try this. Or get a dowel rod and try this. And I went out and did it and I was like, dude, this is fucking brilliant. Except for when it rips, but you know, that's still a lot faster than sitting here trying to peel. So what I'm doing with the dowel rod is using it to peel off this paper that's always on acrylic. You take it and just kind of pull it around one time, then you can just roll the paper right off. Sometimes it gets a little hard on plates, but yeah. Whoever it was that told me about this little trick, thank you so much. If you happen to be here or see this for some strange reason. God, why did I have to cut my nails? It's always like the day after you cut your nails, you see you have something that you need to do. You peel the top and left the rest. Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I was like, damn, I could just leave that on there, but I don't like it. Gives it that brownish tint, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this off of here. There we go. But yeah, if you go to Lowe's, Home Depot, anywhere, they'll cut you a dowel rod. I've actually got enough dowel rod in there to make probably 3 or 4 more of these. But I had it cut at a size that I figured would fit pretty much any keyboard. And it definitely made things a lot easier on my last stacked acrylic board. And like I said, here when you get to this, it always gets to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. You might have to work it a little bit, but boom, comes right off. And then you just slide it off, throw it in the trash. So hopefully that can help somebody out in the future. Let's see, what's the link on here? Get.io/DuckyPad. All getting started. 1 second, I'll read that. Oh, that's just Nightbot/DuckyPad. Alright, so, yep, pretty standard. Here, I'll share it with you guys. Pretty standard GitHub. DuckyPad firmware, resources, sample profiles, Kickstarter info, DuckyScript info. Where is a README? Here we go. Anything I need to know in particular on building it here? Let's see what's this video.
Now you can have an expert do your taxes for you.
I can?
100% free.
Holy shit! Alright, here we go. Oh, what the heck just happened there? Okay, sorry about that, guys. So you can run 480 scripts off of this, off of just one DuckyPad. So that's 480 macros. Like, they're using it here, you can tell, for Photoshop, and they've got, you know, their macros all set up for the things. And the LED screen, you can customize it to display, you know, reminders of what your scripts are. It's pretty freaking dope. You can set it up just to hit a button and start your games. So pretty much anything you can do with keyboard shortcuts, you can do with this macro pad or an actual Rubber Ducky. So, like I said, this isn't meant to be a security tool. This is meant to be a macro pad that just leverages Ducky scripts. So, yeah. Macro pads, there's definitely some very innovative macro pads coming out nowadays, and this one right here is something I had to get my hands on. Whenever Dow told me about it, I was like, whoa, that's sweet, let me get one. I was like, oh, I gotta go get one. He's like, don't get one, I got you. Alright, cool. So, but yeah, so pretty much anything that takes a USB drive, you can put up. This motherfucker set it up to run a microwave. Holy shit, that's hilarious. But basically anything that takes keyboard inputs, you can use this with. So hey, definitely worth it. For 70 bucks, you're not getting screwed here. I think it's
Y'all, when I told Idobao that smaller is better,
Really? Hipyo, you told Idobao that smaller is better? I'm sorry. I have a bad habit of just talking back to YouTube videos. For some reason it makes me laugh, so. Alright, so I'll pull that back up. Do they have a particular way they want you to put this thing together? It looks pretty straightforward, but I want to double check to make sure I don't fuck anything up. Let's see. DuckyPad on Tindy, highlights, Photoshop, hot swap per key. I don't see anything that's a particular. Getting started. At some point you want to figure out how to use a keyboard just as a big Elgato. I mean, it's basically what you can do with this. You can do the same thing with a regular keyboard through VIA. You can go into VIA and set every key to be macros instead of being the actual key press. Dust bunny or something. So it's not hard to do, Keyweave. If you need some help figuring it out, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to share with you how I would do it. Kit assembly. Here we go. Show you this again right quick. Quick start. Your DuckyPad should come with an SD card already installed, and containing some demo profiles. Simply plug it in your computer and voila. Writing all scripts. No particular how to put it together. So. Yeah, it's basically just standoffs and screws, so I don't think we'll have any difficulty at all slapping this thing together here real quick. I think I'm gonna do the longer screws on the bottom. That since probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, So, these are different standoffs than I'm used to in the hobby. I might just switch over and use some of my own standoffs, but it's gonna go like so. Surprised they don't tell you here on the site which way the long screw should go. So I don't want to put the long screws in the bottom and have to go back and take them all off. It looks like since they've got these little tiny standoffs here, guessing what you're going to do is put one all the way through on here to hold it down on the bottom, and then put a second one on top for it to screw into. Well, that's a little tiny standoff. Only so many ways that this can line up. That's the way it's going to go. Still pretty new to VIA and QMK things. My main thing is keyboard modding. When I started in the community, so like upgrading RK71s or like Red Dragons. Oh, nice. Yeah, so VIA, pretty simple. It's a GUI for QMK. There are plenty of QMK build. What's the word I'm looking for? Things where you can go up there and basically build your firmware and your layout, and then just load that right up. Okay, there's not enough threads sticking through that way, so maybe the small one goes on the bottom. If you need some help, man, hit me up on Discord whenever I'm not streaming. I'm always down to help people out with stuff. That's one of my favorite things about this hobby and about being a vendor is helping people figure out solutions, or learning new things, because anytime you help somebody out, if it's not something that you're doing normally, you're likely to learn something from it. So nothing wrong with learning something new, unless maybe it's like something bad. Put on the disc. I really should be using a part straight for these little bitty things. Where did my part strays go? I moved everything like earlier out of the way because I was running super late and needed to get an unboxing video recorded quickly. And the first unboxing video, I recorded the whole thing and it was great. It was like, alright, this is what I want. And then I go hit play, no sound. Apparently an update was available for Crisp, and for whatever reason, when there's an update available, your microphone just stops working. I had no idea. I'd recorded the whole video. Blender learning. Yeah, so ping me. I'd like to be there for that because I also use Blender. I use it for video editing, and I kind of blindly stumbled my way through it. So also, I'm assuming you're a weeb. Did you happen to join the private group today for the, I'm probably gonna mispronounce it, Mashu? Is it Mashu? So there's a group for a desk mat that was removed from a GMK set, and yeah, the Mashu desk mat. Let's see if I can. So this desk mat was originally part of, so I recommend 55 or 65 gram springs. If 62 is your idea of perfect weight. So Dow, and I would agree with him, Dow is Kazoo, thinks that the 65 gram is the perfect spring for it. When in doubt, it's not very expensive to get some more springs, so if you want to purchase it with whichever one you think you're going to prefer, and then a pack of springs as well, I think the 65 gram springs, that's the one I would recommend most people go with if they're undecided. 65 gram, middle of the road, perfect weight, I think. If you're into a heavier spring, then you're going to want to go with like a 72, and then if you want a lighter spring, lighter than the standard 62 gram, then I would recommend maybe going with the 55. But if you like the 62 gram, 65 is going to be perfect for you, in my opinion. I try not to answer those types of subjective questions, because if it doesn't work for you, I don't want to take the blame for giving you the wrong suggestion, but you can't go wrong with the 65 gram spring, period, in my opinion. But yeah, so that desk mat was the original desk mat that was supposed to be offered with GMK. I don't know how to pronounce it. Kuhai? It means freshman in Japanese. But due to that being a likeness of an anime character, I guess, GMK didn't allow them to do it. Here, I'll show you the keycap set that. So this is the keycap set, and as you can see, this is the desk mat that was released with it. Yeah, it's from Fate. So this is the desk mat that was released with it, where the original desk mat was supposed to be like this. And since they couldn't offer that with the GMK set, but you decided to run a private group buy. If you want the information on the group buy, assuming it's even still live, hit me up and I can get you the password and everything. It's only available in the US and Canada. He did have it available internationally for about 15 minutes. Then when he saw what the pricing was on shipping, he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna deal with this nightmare and charge people these prices. If you are outside the country, talk to him about setting up a proxy or something like that. Okay, why is there a standoff there? I did it wrong here. This is going to be small. I can't get my fat fingers down in there to tighten it up. What switches do you guys think I should put in here? What have I got ready to go? We'll go with something boba, that way I don't have to worry about using the room switches that I have planned for other builds and stuff. What do you guys think? LTs, U4Ts, U4s, boba gums? What would you use if you were building a macro pad? I usually find that personally I like a tactile on my macro pads, even though I'm a linear guy all day on a regular keyboard that I'm typing on. But for some reason on macro pads I do like the feedback. So, you know, I may hate on and joke with my friends and pick on them for being tactile fans, but in actuality, I don't hate a tactile. Everything has its place. I almost exclusively go tactiles on macro pads. I did a linear one time on a macro pad, one of the first macro pads I built, and I haven't done it since. I've gone pretty much tactiles. So I think what I'll do is probably just slap some U4Ts in here. I've got some here that were returned from when I sent the customer the wrong ones. I sent clear tops instead of pearl tops. So that was my fault. So I, you know, felt obligated to take that return. Person that messaged me on Discord, if you're here in chat, currently the turnaround time is going to be about 2 to 3 weeks. I'm waiting on more parts. They're supposed to be arriving Friday. And it shouldn't take more than a week or so for the Uber to get caught up and get them to me. So I'm gonna say 2 to 3 weeks to be on the safe side. Unfortunately, Lunar New Year and the factory automotive usually slows down production around the end of the year, and so they haven't really produced any bases or anything that I need since like December. But they've started back on production and the order is in. So the hand lube stuff that I'm offering right now is, you know, a very slimmed down version of what I normally offer, and everything should be back to normal offerings of the 2,500 switches a week around the end of the month. So for anyone that's here in chat and curious, or if the person that messaged me on Discord is here in chat, respond to them real quick. Alright, so rubber bump-ons, might as well stick them on there. Kind of like these bump-ons. I have to order some of these for myself. I think most people, you know, everybody's got a sheet of bump-ons around because you never know when you're going to need them. I do like this style. Kind of round, not dome ones. Screw doesn't really sit down in there flush. It's okay. Alright, I guess we'll just go with these. It came with it, why not, right? I have 6 monitors running. Yes, I do. I have 3 on the stream PC, 3 on the gaming PC. Normally, though, I'm just running 3 because 99% of the time I don't have my stream PC on. My stream PC's on just if I'm recording something or streaming. So, ordinarily the top 3 are off. Are you like looking at my Instagram right now or something? So I was thinking I was gonna have to solder and everything tonight. I think I already have said this, and since I didn't, it got way sooner than I anticipated. So what did I use that USB sheet cord for? It's in there. I'm not gonna get it. We'll just unplug the keyboard for now. Please don't be a malicious USB. Okay, there we go. Alright, cool. So, let's see what we can do here. Setting up device. We're gonna need to get software for it.
Remember all the happy times we had?
DuckyPad configurator. Where do you get it? Yeah, 3 is good. I've been thinking about actually switching my right hand monitor to a vertical, just so I can stack Discord and Chatterino.
Remember all the happy times we had?
We are on Windows. Did 2 horizontals and 1 vert. It was nice for sure. Yeah, that's the thing is though, like, if I do that, I'm probably going to have to move the monitor over there up a little bit. I've got to play with it. I'm actually going to be moving next month. So, next month I'm likely going to change things once I get into my new place. I've gotten a new capture card coming. Oh, there's nothing to install? Okay. Press connect to DuckyPad. Press to connect to DuckyPad, okay. Dumping. It's taking a dump. That's funny. That's what they call it when they get the information from here. So right here, so you guys can see what it's telling me here on the OLED. P1, which I'm guessing is page 1 of the macros. You've got volume down, mute, volume up, pause, fast forward, rewind, intro, hide, dev, task manager, files, system info, disk manager, question mark, and task viewer. I don't know how I feel about hitting the question mark option. It feels a little like a bad OPSEC to me, but you know, YOLO, I guess sometimes. All right, so we've got everything here. So how do you? Okay, so these are profiles. Okay, so the P is profile. So these are the profiles that are already set up. You got Windows, you got browser, you got a Twitch one. Excuse me, a Twitch one. I apologize for that, guys. How do you change profiles on this thing? Oh, plus and minus. I bet that's, yeah, there we go. And apparently each profile has separate lighting. Okay, I see. So you'll set the lighting up here for the different profiles. Let's see what the Twitch one does. I guess I'm going to have to be in chat. Let's try this. Doesn't press enter. Let's try it in the actual Twitch chat. Okay, so it types it out and then... Oh, my keyboard's unplugged. Oh, enter. Boom. Okay. So we got try hard, enter. Hey, pretty neat. You can set it up for your emotes that you use often. Cool. Why did KEKW not work? Oh, I set that up. I just set up BTTV, so I'm still getting the hang of it. Probably just went through it a little too fast there. Okay, I guess I'll need to add Sag and Pod. Copy, paste. Okay, you got copy, paste, enter. Cool. Let's see what other profiles are on here. Photoshop, I don't have Photoshop. Browser. Let's see what the browser, how that works. Alright, so we've got volume. Okay, that works as intended. Fast forward and rewind. So let's go to like a YouTube video. Let's watch this one.
The USB Rubber Ducky is a keystroke injection tool with a simple scripting language. That means computers see it as an...
If you want to eat healthy,
Okay, so that just gonna skip
The USB Rubber
Pause.
Ducky
play.
is a keystroke injection tool with a simple
Zoom.
scripting language. That means computers see it as an ordinary keyboard, but hidden inside is a little robot that types your payloads at superhuman speeds.
Yeah, it's got a
You can
GUI.
easily generate payloads to inject binaries into the
You likely aren't gonna necessarily need to write your own scripts, which they're super simple. You write them in a text file. We'll make one here in a second. But got mouse. Oh, whoa, hang on. Where's the mouse? Mouse. Scroll. Let's see. This one goes. Where's my mouse? Look. You can control your mouse. You can scroll up and down. Alright, this thing is pretty dope. Okay. Alright, this is cool. This is actually pretty damn cool. Which I figured it would be. Wow. Got a numpad if you want to just use it as a numpad. at it WASD, so you can use it as your WASD. What's W? WASD. It's a little weird. Get the hang of this. Numpad. Mouse. Auto hotkeys. Windows. Let's try files. Pops up in File Explorer. Alright, okay, I'm definitely going to get some cool uses out of this. You could add a Blender profile to make things easier. Okay, alright. I'm behind this. I'm behind this for sure. This is cool. Let's see, is there a repo of scripts? There's gotta be, right? People have gotta have somewhere that they're writing scripts. I know, excuse me, I know Hack5 has. So these are all the ones that come with it. Sample profiles. See this guide for more detailed instructions. Here we go. Alright. Configure DuckyPad manually. You don't trust this. If you don't trust or unable to run the software, you can configure DuckyPad manually. That's not writing scripts. You can write your own auto hotkeys. Check out the official tutorials and the sample auto hotkey script. Can you write the scripts right here, or do you have to do them? This is a new profile. We're just gonna name it. Shoot. Name it test. Anyone that's hanging out in chat have some suggestions of things we should try out for this? So there is a script here that they show as an example. We'll just redo that one ourselves. Let's see. Notepad. What the? Alright, here we go. Windows R, enter delay 400, enter string. Notepad. Enter delay 400, enter string. How do I move it over there? Oh, you can just write it right here. Right? So code check, run this script. Key name. So now I can just this button, yes. Look, oh, open on our screen. Okay, let's see. So it's loading the profiles, setting them up. Alright, so now I should have, okay, how do I export them over to, say nameplate, remove, rename, dim unused keys. Lower worlds, names background, profile auto switcher. Okay, that's not back, most recent call last. Blah, yeah,
Come on.
okay. So how do I get it to push these over? Activation auto. Background. There's got to be some way, right? I'm missing something here. Keyboard layouts? I think that's just different actual language keyboards. Help. Hey, there we go. Use troubleshoot guides. Let's check it. When in doubt, use the help file, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do is probably put them on the SD card itself, maybe. What? Hammer brother, what's going on? What the duck am I doing? I am setting up this DuckyPad, man. Trying to, anyways. It's already got some default stuff here. You can always play with some of the default stuff until I can figure out how to load it. Ducky has software, so this is not that kind of Ducky. I'm gonna have to give another primer on the USB Rubber Ducky, it looks like. USB Rubber Ducky is a pen testing tool. Have you heard of a Rubber Ducky? Are you just gonna keep hitting me with the duck references? So Rubber Ducky is from Hack 5. And we'll just watch this little video. It'll give you a quick explanation. It's a pen testing
The USB Rubber
tool.
Ducky is a keystroke injection tool with a simple scripting language. That means computers see it as an ordinary keyboard, but hidden. The USB Rubber Ducky is a keystroke injection tool with a simple scripting language. That means computers see it as an ordinary keyboard, but hidden inside is a little robot that types your payloads at superhuman speeds. You can easily generate payloads to inject binaries into the command line, pop reverse shells, silently exfiltrate data, brute force pin codes. I mean, the possibilities are endless. The USB Rubber Ducky turns seconds of physical access into full penetration. Computers inherently trust keyboards. Computers trust the USB Rubber Ducky.
So, a Loud Brother actually has one. So the DuckyPad, you don't know what you'd use it for? You'd use it for testing security of places, is what the Rubber Ducky would be used for. The DuckyPad is just a macro pad that actually uses Ducky scripts. So let me show you here. Zoom in. Oh, OLED screen again. I don't know why I just did that. I'm so dumb sometimes. Let's go ahead and bring the camera in anyways. But so as you can see here, you've got your OLED. You've got these you can switch between. Oh, there we go. So now the one that I made's there. So there's different profiles that come preloaded on it. So it's got one here for Twitch. So if you want to, don't have a backspace, so just enter. So say you want to put in a POG. Wait, what? Get back there. Here we go. POG. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to add that in BTV. This one is not working. Forehead, boom. Below, boom. Kappa? Boom. You want a Sag? Boom. You want a Keck W? Boom. So, sorry about being out of focus there. So, pretty much Ducky script, the one that we just used, which is their basic little test one here. You basically can write it in your program. Yeah, so it's got this software interface here that you can download. It's all open source, so if you don't trust the code, you're more than welcome to look at it, and you can just add them in here. There's a million Ducky scripts probably at this point on Hack5's repo, but you can write your own scripts for whatever you want to do. Let's give this one a try here. That was pretty dope, right?
Alright, let's bring that beat.
So, yeah, so basically it's used, you make a simple text file, you write out the Ducky script, which, this one, where did I save it? I saved it to the desktop, right? This test. It's on all the other screens. I'm missing it here. And I can see all the random crap I have on my desktop. Where did I save it? Did I not save it? Oh, keyboard's not plugged in. I haven't used auto hotkey, so that I can't answer. Oh. So the one that we just ran, the one that we just ran is this. It's simple 9 lines of text. Yes, anything that can be done via keyboard shortcut can be done via Ducky script. How much scripting can you do to control the OS? So we can make some simple changes here, right? So we can change this from Notepad to, say, the malware removal tool. Let's put our script in here. Copy. Might need to plug it back in because it's not letting me paste it like I did before. Or did I drag the script over? Where is this saved at? It's on the desktop. How am I missing it? Screen over here, no. It might be saved on the OneDrive desktop. That's what's going on. How did I do it before? I thought I just copy pasted in. Maybe it's not letting me add anything because it's not plugged in. How much is this? Dow gave me this for as a gift, but I think it's $70. It's not pasting. What did I do before that it's not letting me do now? Thought I just clicked here and pasted. Uh-oh. Apply. Okay, maybe now it's going to let me do it. Yes, there we go. Save. Okay. Oh, and then you would, go through and set it to BS. Launches the malware removal tool. So you can set it up to just do it all for you. Anything, because a lot of people don't realize you don't need a mouse to use Windows. There is a keyboard shortcut for everything. And so, yeah, so basically it was created with pen testing. You would go do USB drops, so you'd make 10 or 15 rubber duckies loaded with whatever script you wanted, and then you would go drop them around the premises of a building that you were hired to do a pen test on. Because a lot of people see a USB drive, they're going to pick it up, they're going to take it home, and they're going to pop it on their machine. Well, when they pop it in their machine makes it appear to the user that it's just a USB drive, while in reality it's a keyboard that quickly runs the script and can do all kinds of potentially deviant things. And please don't take anything I'm saying here tonight as an advocation of going out and doing illegal stuff. If you do decide to buy things from Hack5, which obviously I have in the past, and if you decide to go out and break laws, hey, that's on you. Don't come crying to me, and don't blame it on me if you get in trouble for doing black hat stuff. Zero Cool is my name. Oh, that's in another chat. No, that's in my chat. What's going on? Okay, there we go. We're going gray hat. Hey, gray hat, this is the way.
Hands in the air, there's a squat on your forehead. Hands in the air, there's a squat on your forehead. Hands in the air, there's a squat on your forehead.
Thanks for the sub, Pythons. I really need to like do more editing. I hate Lizard Squad, but I love the Lizard Squad song. Except for the part at the end where they hate on my boy Bryce Case. What is a Lizard Squad? Okay, so do you remember, jeez, what was it, 7 years ago now? Hang on. Do you remember the Christmas when Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox all got DDoSed? Oh yeah, Hammer Brother, I hope you're paying attention. You're gonna love this. So, no longer do we have the Kirball bottom row. We now have the Kirball number row. Apparently, when I built this a couple weeks ago, for whatever reason, I put 0 over here. And when I noticed it today, it cracked me up. I was like, alright, I gotta leave that there for Hammer Brother to see. Oh god, I feel like you probably noticed it during stream, Hammer Brother, and didn't bother to say shit to me just because you enjoy that kind of stuff. But it is extremely extremely custom. Oh wow. Okay, hang on. I'm sitting there like, and it took me a minute too, because like I was typing out some numbers and I was actually looking at the keyboard just using one finger. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, hitting 0. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I looked for a second and I was like, wait, 8, 9 minus equals 0? Something's not right here. But back to what Lizard Squad is. So, several Christmases ago, the asshats that are Lizard Squad, why does that keep happening? They DDoSed pretty much all the game servers on Christmas Day and ruined a bunch of fucking kids' Christmases, basically. Luckily, it didn't take too long to get it back up. That's a pretty shitty move. And Lizard Squad was like, I can show you a little anonymous response that they'll give me. But this song, I gotta say, I do love this song. That stupid loud, it shouldn't be.
Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. Living the dream. Your team probably hate this. Who you think helped Whitey Cracker hack into Craigslist? Redirect pages. We took down Destiny. FIFA, Call of Duty.
Is that better at all? Check, check. It shows me right on the red line, so I'm like nervous to turn it up much more. I might need to change the limiter settings. Check, 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 check. How's that? Well, it's already at 100%. I just have to adjust it here. That's great.
Giant ledge, his fuckboy security is lying dead. I'm supplying web, I'll catch a fly in nets. Divert Sony execs in their private jets. We the bomb, baby, no denying threats. Not a trace, no case with testifying feds. We styling friends, you don't understand our upper hand. We make a hit, then it's back to the onion land. Keep it running, fam, build the biggest botnet. You ain't been SWAT yet, wait until they knock next. Sierra, Hotel, India, Tango. Shit, should've known that you can't arrest a mango. Heck a bankroll, heck a little coin. There's a squad, I'm the last to join. Hands in the air.
So yeah, so Lizard Squad was a bunch of fucking asshat, black hat, fucking hacker squad. So yeah, 2014 was when they were active. So Whitey Cracker, Bryce Case. If you go look at my YouTube video, there's a couple videos of me hanging out with him at his show. He is hands down the best nerdcore rapper. So they kind of attacked him in this video unnecessarily.
So this started last year.
But this is what Anonymous had to say with Lizard Squad. Jesus Christ. So, sorry, we're going down the several years ago rabbit hole of hacking drama, I guess. Since you asked about Lizard Squad, you're gonna get the story.
Greetings, Lizard Squad. We are Anonymous. You have made countless threats against Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. You have taken down their servers with relentless distributed denial of service attacks. If you continue to attack the gaming communities, we will take action against you. What you are doing is wrong. You are taking away the fun and enjoyment of children as well as adults. You have no real reason for taking down their servers. Your only goal is to see how far you can get without getting caught. Quit while you're ahead because the FBI is watching you and they will find you, and Anonymous will help and support them. You set your next attack on Christmas Day. We will stop at nothing to ensure that you never attack the gaming communities again. You have been warned. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Lizard Squad expect us.
So, yeah. So that's basically what Lizard Squad was and their drama. So, I haven't spent enough time with this to feel fully comfortable to sit here and figure out some stuff. If anybody has any suggestions of things they'd like to, see me... Can you hear me okay over the music? That you'd like to see me attempt to do with it. Project, are you still around? Hammer Brother, are you... Do you want to hop in Discord with me? Anybody? I'm in my Discord currently. And... let's have a conversation about clones.